Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 with Blackburn Rovers. Since the last episode, a lot's gone on. A lot of goals have been scored. A lot of goals have been conceded. Like a hell of a lot of goals have been conceded. We have kind of been on a bit of a bad run of form lately because of all the goals. You can see top right-hand corner. We've let in 10 in the last 2 games against Newcastle and Leeds. So, without further ado, let's go through, firstly, transfers, because we're in the January transfer window, and then the terrible, terrible run of fixtures that I've had. There have been 3 huge transfers out of the club, and huge in terms of finances, 2 are huge in terms of the player that's actually left. First up on your screen, Xavier Boulistix. He has moved on to Olympique Lyonnais. He's gone for £17.5 million in total once it gets there. Considering we paid £1.3 million for him 4 years ago, that's a very good return on our money. He had a very good season in the year we got promoted. He's done alright so far this season. I am regretting selling him. We'll come on to that. Next up is Michael Gasser. He has also left. He has gone to Köln in Germany. He's gone for a total of £14 million. I think it's 13 up front, then an extra million after various things. He's just not getting in the team this year. The last few seasons, he has been superb for us, but we've strengthened our midfield magnificently this season, and he just does not fit the system anymore. Well, he fits the system, he just doesn't fit in anymore. Finally, a player who we never ever got to see, El Salvadorian right-sided player. I was going to play him right back. He's kind of reverted now to being a winger. Eric Menjivar. He has gone to somewhere in China. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. He's gone for about £8 million, I think it was. I think 7.25 with some sell-ons in there. Realistically, we got our money back. He didn't cost us anything at all. If he got a work permit, he would have been superb for us. Unfortunately, he never got one. Players in then. First up from Sandhausen, Alexander Blumlein. It's not going to be Blumlein, but that's how it's going to be pronounced. 25-year-old winger. I may have wasted some money on him. He's cost £2.5 million, which isn't a huge amount of money, but they said his potential and current ability was a lot higher than 3 when I signed him. It's only 3 now. He's probably just going to get sold in the summer or maybe January next season. Our biggest transfer of the window so far, Frank Stakic, a 22-year-old Canadian midfielder, defender, defence midfielder, attacking midfielder, striker, you name it, he can play there. He's joined for £11 million from Toronto FC. He's got 3-star current ability, 4-star potential. He's a really good player. He will be my natural Mazzala. I say will be, he'll be rotating with the various other 74 central midfielders that I have. 20-year-old Nigerian midfielder James Sani has joined on a free transfer from Clique Sports, who I assume are also Nigerian. He's got 5-star potential ability. He was on a free transfer. I couldn't just let this opportunity slip. His current ability is 3-star. I don't think that's true. But if he's 20 years old, also he's got a work permit. Don't understand how that's happening. I'm assuming because we're in the Premier League, Brexit's slightly different for us, which I wasn't aware of, but he's got a work permit and I don't know why. I'm probably going to end up loaning this guy out for a couple of seasons and hopefully he starts to improve even more. Realistically, he needs to become a central midfielder, probably a Mazzala, so he's a long way away from being able to actually start games for us. Another 20-year-old foreigner with a bit of potential and somehow a work permit. Jason Joseph, a Trinidad and Tobagan left back. He's a left back. He can also play right back. He's 5'4". He's a very, very small human, and his personality is spineless, which is I've never even seen that before. Current ability is 2-star. Potential is 4.5 stars. So if he gets some games, he might get a bit better. I need to really loan him out. He's already got 4 caps for Trinidad and Tobago, so he's clearly good enough for them, which doesn't really say a lot, does it? The player that I'm most excited about is Andil Maheo. He's joined from Bidvest Wits in South Africa. I think it's South Africa. He's come in for not a lot of money at all. It's actually, 725k. I was going to say it's under £1 million. He's come in, 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential, heading 17, marking's not the best, tackling's decent as well, positioning's decent, determination's decent. As a centre-back, he's got quite a lot decent stats where he needs them to be. Problem is, so far this season, he's played 2 games and he's been pretty abysmal. And it wouldn't be a transfer window if we didn't go and raid Partizan, would it? 2 players have come in from Partizan this window for £2 million. Nikola Popovic, 18-year-old central midfielder, he's come in and immediately gone out on loan to Southampton. I don't know whether he's going to be getting games for them. He's played 6 in the Europa Cup. That's probably the Europa League for Partizan, isn't it? Yeah, it's definitely not going to be Southampton. Not 6 games at this point in the season. When I signed him, he was considered a wonder kid. When I signed him, he's not a wonder kid anymore, possibly because he's gone on loan to Southampton, but he's still 3-star current ability, he's got 5-star potential, very good looking player for £2 million. And the second player to come in from Partizan, Boban Stevkovic, 18-year-old central defender, ball-playing defender. He is a wonder kid, his personality is perfectionist. This guy will be one of the best defenders in the world. I just need to get him some games. Basically, I'm looking at Andil Maheo and Boban Stevkovic to take Blackburn forward for the next few seasons. Realistically, they're probably going to jump ship a lot sooner than I can get the best out of them. But if we improve as well as we are so far, we might be getting, let's say, hypothetically, 2 years down the line, we might be getting Champions League qualification. Very hypothetically. And then that way, he might want to stay with us. So that is all the transfer business so far for the window. There's still the best part, just over a week left of the window. We have brought in £109 million this season so far, spent £72 million of it. It's huge sums of money. We've still got £28 million left to spend. I am desperately trying to find a centre-back. I can't find one. Stevkovic and Maheo are probably going to have to be our first choice defenders. Now, going back to results. Remember when I said we scored a lot of goals and conceded a lot of goals? I wasn't lying. First up, a game against Stoke, a 6-3 defeat. Rui Pedro with 6 goals for Stoke. He scored a hat-trick in 10 minutes. 3, 8 and 13 minutes on the clock. Adam Fenton pulls one back for us. Nenad Kamba gets a second for us as well. It goes to 3-2 at that point. Then Rui Pedro gets his 4th for the game via the penalty spot, making it 4-2 into the second half. Pedro once again in the 73rd, 5-2. Kampar in the 78th minute makes it 5-3. Pedro once again in the 83rd minute, making it 6-3. We were battered. Rui Pedro is the best footballer in the world. Then we actually, surprisingly I'd say, won a game against Tottenham Hotspur at home. Gustavo Ortuzzo and Nenad Kampar with a hat-trick for us. Miroslav Livicki and Michel Vazquez with the goals for Tottenham. It was a good win, and I don't really know where it came from because you can see the next few games we were absolutely shocking again. Apart from the cup game, which was a local derby, as we always seem to get local derbies against Burnley, we end up winning 3-2. It was a very exciting 2 minutes. Nenad Kamba on the 13th minute, then Colin Gerrard on the 14th and 15th minute. Just before half-time, Nenad Kamba gets another goal as well, making it 2-2 at half-time. Second half, Dimmy scores a penalty in the 61st minute, setting up a 4th round tie against Fulham, which is probably a winnable game, although we are not very good at defending. Newcastle were the next team to put 4 goals past us. Ortuzzo scored the opening goal for us after 1 minute. Then they got all 4 of their goals. Moritz Lippens in the 17th and 38th minute. Ryan Sessegnon in the 17th minute. And then Guillermo Caceres in the 87th minute. And then we pulled one back right at the very end. Nenad Kampar in the 92nd minute. We got battered. Branko Markovic got a 5.4. He was pretty shocking. And I think this might have been Andil Maheo's debut as well. Didn't really go down too well. No, it wasn't. His debut was against Tottenham, and he wasn't that great in that one either. And then finally, we got battered 6-3 again, this time by Leeds. Spencer Craddock with 2 goals, Kelvin Stengs with 2 goals, Nicky Stevenson with a goal, and Munir with a goal for Leeds United. Clive Todd, Dennis Montoya, and Gaishau Nsiala with the goals for us. Once again, Markovic, 5.9. He is getting dropped for the next 2 games at least. And the first of the next 2 games is Liverpool. They are in inconsistent form. We are in fair form. I'd say I'd rather be in their inconsistent form than our fair form, which involves us getting battered constantly. The starting lineup we are going to go for then against Liverpool at Anfield. David Belt is the goalkeeper. It is all change in the back 4. We are going to play Stevie Simpson on the right, Julian Ortiz and Boban Stevkovic in the middle, and Ivan Petrovic as the left back. I was going to play Andil Maheo, but he's on the African Cup of Nations duty, so we are not going to see him for about a month now. Midfield pairing of Frank Stakic and Dennis Montoya. I don't know if it's Stakic or Stakic. It's Stakic for me, and Dennis Montoya is also in there. He's 4-star. He's probably one of our best players at the moment. Dimi and Adam Fenton are the two wingers. Nenad Kampar and Gustavo Ortuzo are the strikers. Kampar and Ortuzo need to start scoring goals, and our defenders need to start defending. I say start scoring goals. They're scoring a lot of goals. They just need to score more goals. I want to score 8 goals a game. Somehow, Emre Can is still at Liverpool, and I don't know how. In real life, isn't he supposed to be leaving at the end of the season? But in this game, he's staying there, and he's staying there for good, apparently. We have started games either very badly or very well the last few matches. We've either scored really early on or conceded 5 really early on. So I'm hoping this is neither, to be honest. Corner for Liverpool. Woodburn takes it. Iwobi's there, and David Belt makes the save. I've just looked at the league table down here. We are sat 34 points at the moment. Obviously, we're getting a point for this game. I want the 40 points. That is all I want. Woodburn with the corner again. Jovic is there, and Belt once again makes a save. They are going to score one of those corners at some point in this game. Rajkovic with a goal kick over the halfway line. It's going to come back, though, via Ortiz. Ortuzo across to Dimi. Dimi's got some players running forward. Stakic is one, flicks the header on. Montoya's going to collect the clearance. Stakic again, the Canadian. Where are you going to go? Montoya. Montoya runs forward, plays into Kampar. It was not a great pass. Emre can clear. Ortiz heads it forward, but it wasn't a great header. Woodburn. I think we're in a thunder and lightning storm at the moment. Woodburn on the right-hand side. He's got the fullback making a run. Emre Can. Stakic intercepts it all the way back to the keeper, Belt. Towards the halfway line, it doesn't get it hard enough. Emre Can, Cretinoir. Iwobi's into the area. It's deflected and cleared, and it's going to come back though. Dimi collects it. It's not going to come back. That's it there. That was not really a highlight. We do have another highlight though. Belt with a goal kick. Way over the halfway line. Kampar collects the ball just about. Dimi takes it around his man. Crossed in. Ortuzo's there at the front post. 40 minutes on the clock. We are 1-0 up against Liverpool at Anfield. I was not expecting this. Corner for Liverpool again. Cretinoir, Iwobi, Jovic. It's pinging about all over the place. It's been cleared. I don't know who cleared it. Rui Perez has been kicked in the back by Kampar, and they've won a free kick. Half time then. It is 1-0 to us. I'm very surprised by that. Team talk. I'm tempted, right? I'm very, very tempted. I'm not sure it's a good idea to bring Kampar off, because he's on a 6.5, which isn't terrible, but it's also not very good. And I've got Paul Oakdina, who he loves a goal. Paul Oakdina loves a goal, but he's not really getting the chances so far this season. I feel like I might be wasting his talent and potentially ruining his chances of getting international caps. 62 minutes. Cretinoir crosses in for Liverpool. Alex Iwobi's going to collect it. 2 Blackburn players chasing down. Rui Perez gets tackled. It's not a tackle, it's a foul apparently, and it's going to be a penalty. Who is stepping up to take it? Trent Alexander-Arnold steps up, and David Belt, you absolute hero, makes the save. Petrovic kicks it off for a throw-on. 67 minutes. Adam Fenton is coming off for Andrea Damjanov. Petrovic is not having a great game, but I don't want to risk disrupting the defence at the moment. Corner for Liverpool. Comes into the area. I've no idea whose name that was. It is one apiece. Luka Jovic. They've just brought on a whole load of really confusingly named players, but Luka Jovic scores the goal, puts it one apiece to Liverpool, to both sides technically. It was coming, wasn't it? Let's encourage. Woodburn collects the throw on. Vintu forward, intercepted by Stevkovic. Ortuzo, can he collect it? He's been tackled, and Rajkovic collects the ball. Was that not a pass back? Because the player clearly kicked it towards the keeper. Montoya kicks forward. Alexander-Arnold intercepts. Stevkovic. Damjanov doesn't get there. Stevkovic needs to chase down Jovic. Can't do it. David Belt makes a save. It's going to be a corner. Corner comes in quickly. Alexander-Arnold's there. Slide and tackle by Petrovic, who's on a yellow card, and it was in the penalty area. That's a ridiculously risky challenge. Dimi runs it forward. Finds Damjanov. Damjanov's kick towards the area. Oakdina to Stakic. Go on! Damn you, Stakic. It's a corner. He should have scored there. Corner to be taken by Dimi. Plays it towards the centre. Ortuzo heads it forward. It's cleared by a man with a really confusing name. Stevie Simpson collects it. That's the first time we've said Stevie Simpson's name all game. A minute and a half left. Petrovic with a throw. Why did you throw it straight to a Liverpool player? Jovic runs forward. This is a proper highlight as well. There are players getting into the box for Liverpool, and right at the death, we have thrown this one away, all because Petrovic decided to throw it to one of their players and not one of ours. Another highlight, or is this the end of the game? Ortuzzo running forward with the ball. Oakdina has a go from well outside the area. It wasn't a very good effort. We are going to lose this game, and I don't think... Well, we didn't really deserve to win it, but I think losing is a bit unfair. One good thing I have noticed about this match is Stevkovic. He made his debut, and he was really good. Stevkovic got, 7.2 on his debut. He is most definitely starting every game for the rest of the season. Before we get to the Southampton match, we've made a signing on loan from Manchester City. Is 20-year-old English centre-back David Johnson. He's alright. He's come in as a rotation. He probably won't really play a huge amount of games for us. It's not a player that we've signed, but it's a player that we've missed out on. Another player from Partizan. I don't know why, but Partizan are a ridiculously good side. Ivan Milinkovic has signed for Inter Milan. We were trying to get him. He's gone there. He is another wonder kid. He's gone there for £3.9 million. We offered that. We offered him a contract. Obviously, Inter Milan, as somewhat expectedly, it's a much more appealing offer than Blackburn Rovers. Match 2 of the episode then, and for some reason we are playing earlier than everybody else, so we are going to be on 25 games whilst everyone else around us is on 24 or even 23. I am going to stick with the same lineup for the Southampton game, so it's David Belt in goal, Simpson, Ortiz, Stevkovic and Petrovic as the back four, Montoya and Stakic in the middle, Fenton and Dimi as the wingers, Ortuzzo and Campo as the two strikers. I'm thinking maybe Petrovic might change. Do I have... Because we've got Bassiuni, but Bassiuni's also terrible. They're both really bad at the moment, like inconsistently bad. I'll stick with Petrovic for now. Southampton playing a 4-4-2 then, with lots of players who don't play for Southampton at all. Not one single player in that entire thing is a current Southampton player, which doesn't surprise me because not a single player is a current Blackburn player of mine. Jonathan Cagliari is one of their main threats up front. Who's this man? What's your name? Myron Boudou, 27-year-old Dutch striker. He's not the best. He's not terrible either. He's actually pretty decent. They've also got Kuki, who is not as good as he was in the last game, but he's still not a terrible footballer. And captain, Abdi Lafondra, not Adam Lafondra. Before this match, my assistant manager said I should have a team meeting to try and lift spirits. I had one before the Liverpool game. I don't want to do another one now, because if I do another one now, everyone's going to get a little bit stroppy at me, and that's just going to annoy everyone. First highlight of the game, looks like it could be some action. Ortuzzo into the area, crosses in, it's cleared, Montoya's not going to get there. Petrovic going to collect it? Yes, he does. Montoya's got Stakic in front, plays it to Dimi instead. Dimi's got Simpson making a run. Montoya, Stakic. What are we doing? This is actually a highlight. We're 40 seconds into the game. Fenton in the area. 3 players in the box. Doesn't cross it in. It's cleared by Zifuik. It wasn't a highlight. It just took forever to get to something. 25 minutes in and we've had nothing. Literally, that first highlight was the only highlight of the game. Going to encourage them, see if it makes a difference. I don't think it has, but we've got a highlight just before half-time. Stakic to Montoya in the area. Tackled, but Montoya gets it back. Fenton takes a few touches. Stakic, Montoya again, back heel to Fenton. Plenty of players in the box, crossed in. It's Stakic on the volley. That would have been a cracking way to open your account. Half-time then, it's a very dull 0-0. Let's passionately say we've been the better team here. No, give something to... No, aggressive, assertive. I'm not happy. Yes, everyone looked fired up. That'll do. First highlight of the second half, and it looks like Southampton actually had an effort on goal, and it's going to be a corner. Kuki to take the corner towards the middle. Ortiz gets it clear, only as far as Boadu Pazzella. I have no idea how to say that man's name. Stakic collects the ball. Okay, there was nothing from that highlight. Offensively, our strikers are doing shocking. That's our problem. Crossed in from Simpson, cleared. Montoya gets the ball. Forward to Ortuzzo, gets tackled. Lafondra back to the keeper. Schendelar. Deliet. Back to Schendelar again. Are we going to close him down or just let him run around in his own penalty area? Kicks it over the halfway line. Cagliari doesn't get there. Ortiz does. Fenton. Forward to Campar. Campar to Montoya. Montoya to Fenton. Crosses in, runs inside. Campar back to Fenton. These two are just passing it between the pair of them. Ortuzzo now. across. Stakic heads it down. Stevie Simpson in the area, has a go, and Stevie bloody Simpson scored. 50 minutes on the clock then. It has taken that long for any meaningful action, but it has meant a Stevie Simpson goal has put us 1-0 to the good. And a couple of minutes later, Campart is coming off once again for Oakdina. Right, let's give him a team talk. How do I do... Okay, I've just handed over to assistant. I've got nothing. Why did I give him a team talk? I just said, Paul, come over here. I've got nothing to say. I don't know what it is, but Campart and Ortuzzo have just gone off the boil lately. And it's really not a good time considering we're conceding so many goals at the moment. 15 minutes left of normal time. We're not getting any action at all. We are the much better side. 16 shots to their 5. But they all seem to be fairly useless by the looks of it. 5 minutes left to play. Damyanov is going to come on. I'm probably going to bring off Dimmy as well. Right, it's not the best idea, but Damyanov's going to play as an inside forward on the right-hand side. Let's just see if it works. Or nothing will happen at all. And we're going to end up picking up 3 points against Southampton at home, which is not a terrible result, although Southampton, I think, were 17th. That result then moves us up into 9th place in the table, or does it move us up, or were we already in 9th? I don't know. We're now joint on points with Stoke, but they've got a much better goal difference, and also they destroyed us 6-3, so regardless of their goal difference, I assume they should just automatically be ahead of us. We have still got a few days left of the transfer window, but we've also got an FA Cup game in the middle of it, so what I'd normally do at this point is I'd say, I'll stick with you until the end of the transfer window. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do instead, we are going to go for the next episode, we're going to go Middlesbrough Arsenal? Maybe Middlesbrough Arsenal. That seems like two slightly strange teams. Yeah, you know what? Middlesbrough Arsenal, that's what we're going to do. 11th and 18th of March will be the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. We are 4 points away from that magical 40 points number, although Watford, Huddersfield and Millwall all doing pretty terribly at the moment, so I can't see us going down this season, which ultimately, that's what we wanted to do.